everybody.
Welcome.
Something like that.
Yeah.
As many of you know, we were going to start a podcast. This is the podcast. Welcome.
Hope you're all super excited.
I'm sure you're super excited.
I'm super excited.
Yeah. I'm Tay.
I'm Madelyn.
I feel like many of you who will listen to this know that, but for those who don't and find us wandering the streets of the internet,
This is us.
this is us. Currently chugging down energy drinks, staying caffeinated,
What are you drinking today?
drinking my blue Hawaiian Monster, you know,
I have that wild berry pink Red Bull.
wild berry.
The
pink
sugar-free
Red Bull.
one.
That one's pretty good.
She's so good. I love her.
There's that one. The grapefruit one's really nice.
I always look at it. 'Cause I love grapefruit, but I can never get myself to buy it. I just stand there and I look at it for a couple
Squirt
seconds.
soda though,
Haven't had that.
it's amazing. It's
I'm not
like-
a big soda person. As I'm sitting here drinking Red
Yeah.
Bull, but I'm
I
not
mean,
a big soda person.
I'm all up for carbonation. I love me a good soda, you know. Have a good old cactus cooler on the days when I'd be out in Arizona.
I haven't had that either.
I don't feel like anybody on this coast has had that.
Yeah.
Cactus cooler, for those out of the know, is it's a pineapple orange soda,
Okay.
and it has like the best logo. It's just, I think it's why I like cactuses so much.
Sounds like something that would be like one of those aloe drinks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I know
if
what you're
you buy
talking
like
about.
a bottle of aloe
Oh
water.
my gosh, cactus cooler, it's so
I can't
good.
remember if it was my mom or my old roommate that used to get those.
You say that, and first result is
Look.
magic cactus, sparkling cactus water. Then my favorite, the cactus cooler.
We love that.
I love that logo so much.
I'm a big sparkling water girl though.
Sparkling
I do love
water is
sparkling
good.
water.
My one friend Seth, he's been obsessed with sparkling water since dropping soda. It's like almost every year he'll tell me, "Hey, I'm dropping soda," and I'm like, "Okay," and then he'll say it the next year, "Okay, so I'm not drinking as much soda." It's like, you told me that last year, bud.
Like we can start this all over again.
This is the first year where I've truly seen him drink something else other than soda, and it's this sparkling water named Bellevue or Bellevue or
I think I've seen that before.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like an off-brand one, but him and his girlfriend seem to love it.
I love that. My friend Sarah, she, like, I didn't believe her at first when she was like, I don't drink soda, and then every time we have, like, any sort of, like, get-together or function or something, and there's soda, like, she stays away from it like it's the plague.
Just pure water.
Like, just water. Water and whatever else there is. Usually juice.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's a big advocate for that,
sounds really good.
pineapple cranberry juice.
She's always drinking pineapple cranberry
It's
juice,
so
my girlfriend.
good.
She loves the stuff.
So good.
It's cheaper to buy the two juices separate, but, like, she loves just mixing
have-
them.
I don't know. It's that juice cocktail that just
Yeah.
comes pre-mixed where you don't have to do the work and
Or
it's the
it's the,
perfect ratio.
Oh god. Did you know that Arizonas are considered, like, some of the Arizonas are juice cocktails?
Yeah.
It's like
Those are the only ones I like. I don't
those
like
ones are
iced
so
tea.
good. Grape Aid, that was always my
I didn't
favorite.
like that one too much.
That's fair.
I'm
Fake
a-
grape is weird.
I do like their peach tea. I don't like tea, but I like their peach tea. But
Peach
yeah,
tea's good.
Not an iced tea girl.
Iced tea isn't my favorite, no. I love the smell. Like, you'll be brewing the tea for it
Yeah.
and just take that big ol' whiff in. Like, that's the thing with me. I can't stand, like, hot beverages, but, like, the moment you get me sniffing them,
You get me sniffing
the moment
them.
you get me sniffing those hot beverages, just
I'm just like picturing you over like a cup of like something with
Yeah.
like a pungent smell with your whole face in
Just,
there right now. Ew. I hate that. Never say that again, actually.
it's the sense of smell and the sense of hearing that I probably have the most.
Oh god.
Like, I'll be sitting here and I'll be listening in for, like, random noises, and I'll be like, "Hey, babe, did you hear that?" And she'll be like, "No." "What are you hearing?"
Meanwhile, it's just like a bug flying into a window
Yeah,
that
probably a
nobody
bug.
else would hear.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
a bug flying into a window. I can't tell you how many times. Like, they got a ton of worker bees around here, like the
Okay.
big fat guys.
Those things are horrifying.
They're-
I don't care if people say they don't sting. I'm scared of them.
I think they're amazing because they're so, like, they're these big old things with tiny little wings, and he's flying around. They're just
What's
they're
that
cute
line?
little
According to all
guys.
known laws of
According to all-
aviation, the bee should not be able to fly.
But, like, I can't tell you how many times I've had those little shits run into my face while I'm just walking down the road and just go, boom, oh, worker bee. Or you'll hear them bumping into the windows around here. I'm so scared for when the wasps start figuring out how
I
to
hate
get
that.
in.
No.
Because they're around
Don't let
here.
me think about that.
I know they're around here.
Don't let me think about that.
And after last year, my whole ordeal with the wasps right above my window, I'm not excited for that again.
My dad, his midlife crisis. I like to call it his midlife crisis. Love him. He's turning 50 this year.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I know. Crazy. He's had two. One of them is he's starting to pick up stained glass. Cool, whatever. Okay. And the other one is bird watching. So like my parents have a sunroom at their house, and he has a bunch of bird feeders and bird houses like hanging around the windows there. So he'd be just sitting there with his coffee.
Oh my gosh.
And like
hear the birds in the early morning.
Gym shorts and a polo and like thick socks and a hot cup of coffee. Like looking. I know he's a happy man, but he looks so angry when he looks at them sometimes, and I think it's so funny. And we'll just be sitting there talking, and we just hear birds flying into the windows all the time. And then they just pop right back up and get going.
It's
and
the doves every time. They'll run into the window, and then they'll just fly off. I think I've had, like at my old house, they've ran into the window and just straight up died.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that.
No, but that's a terrifying thing, just sitting there, and all of a sudden you hear a dunk.
I don't know why. I laugh at dead things.
It's because sometimes the way that things die are just so
comical.
Goofy.
Like the Pope
and
dying to
comical.
J.D. Vance.
Yeah, the Pope dying because J.D. Vance.
Trisha Paytas being pregnant with the Pope reincarnate.
God, I don't even want to think about that.
I'm thinking about it.
I'm sure she got pregnant before all of this happened, unless she literally just rolled out of bed and went, "Oh my God, guys, I'm pregnant!" It's like, you just did it, and now you're doing it, and now you're just typing
like with
up.
the Queen and now the Pope. I have not stopped thinking about that.
She needs to get better timing.
Yeah,
or maybe
honestly,
this is perfect timing.
I think this is perfect timing. This is the Pope reincarnate. She just had the Queen reincarnate. Like,
it's a scary world we're living in.
Honestly.
Where Trisha Paytas now both has the Queen and the Pope.
Like, what's next? The Antichrist?
She needs the king.
The king?
And then she'll need a couple more pawns, and she'll have a perfect chess set.
You know what? I didn't think about it like that.
We're getting close. We're getting close to the perfect chess set for Trisha Paytas.
In like 20 years, there's gonna be like this custom chess set. It's gonna be expensive, so expensive.
It's just gonna be a bunch of children.
It's gonna be all of Trisha Paytas' children.
Oh my God.
I think we should make that actually.
Yeah, the Trisha Paytas chess set.
Yeah,
where it's just exclusively the Pope, the Queen. Probably gonna be King Henry next. After that,
it's gonna be someone random after that.
I don't even know.
Like, I don't know. Some random, like...
We're gonna need 2 famous horses to die.
2 famous... Are there any famous horses?
I don't think so.
Who's that horse from Parks and Rec?
Oh, I don't even remember. I think I know who you're talking about, though. I was never...
That horse...
Oh,
come on, what's that horse's name?
Parks and Rec fan.
I watched it once because I love The Office, and I was told I would like it. And so I watched it, and I was like, this isn't bad, but I love The Office because I grew up in Scranton. So
so it's perfect.
Yeah, so I'm like, wow, I've been to a lot of these places, and they do them justice.
Lil Sebastian.
I
mean, he's already dead. Wait.
I don't, like, all I was thinking in my head was Lil Genuine, because Genuine performed with Lil Sebastian.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in
the show?
In that show, they had Genuine singing the horse.
That's good.
For Lil Sebastian.
That's a good bit.
No, it's so funny.
Yeah, no, he's dead.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh.
There was actually... I've watched way too many videos. There's this dude, I think it's Justin Wang.
Okay.
And it's spelled W-H-A-N-G, not Wang.
Why does every word in English have to have like random letters in it?
It's always something. Like, there's so many different names.
What was
There's like Ashley. There's 50 spellings of that name.
There's 50 spellings of my own name. I've never had anyone spell it right for me unless they knew me or I like spelled it for them twice slowly.
I can't tell you how many times I've had someone spell my name Taylin with an E, or there's Taylin with an I, or there's...
I'm gonna start writing Tayling on your drinks.
Tayling?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Tayling. Tayling.
Tayling Lee Madison. Let me see. There's a couple of other names that I could probably think of.
I saw a TikTok, like, towards the beginning of the school year, like, what would have been the school year, so, like, September area, of this guy that's a teacher, and he was like, I have this student in my class, and their name is JKMNO. How do you think you say that? It's Noel.
There's no way.
I hope to God that it's not real. Like, I literally hope that's not real, but also at the same time, there are people in this world that are that fucking stupid.
Yeah.
JKLML. No, JKMNO. Noel.
JKLMNOP. They just legit took the name.
They took the L out.
Ah.
LMNO.
But that's like one of the most important letters for Noel.
But there's no L.
There's no way.
That's why
there's
it's Noel.
No way. That's the whole bit?
That's the bit. That's the point.
That is stupid.
You think?
I think so.
I think so.
I think if there's parents out there... It's clever, but it's stupid.
What's that TikTok song? Hit him with your car.
Hit him with your car.
That's all I'm thinking of.
I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no L in it. That's so stupid.
God.
I hate it.
Yeah.
That's it. We're naming the podcast earlymorn.
Earlymorn. No more L's.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, but anyways, the name of the podcast, earlymorn.
We've been on debate for it for forever. That's the name that came to my mind this morning.
I like that one best, honestly.
I think it turned out pretty well because we as workers get up in the early morning.
Our friendship was built on early morning shifts.
Yeah.
Yapping at literally 4 o'clock in the morning.
God, I don't know how I get up at that time.
I don't know either.
Like waking up at... I haven't been able to wake up at 2:30 in the morning in a bit now.
I haven't either. I just don't sleep.
Like my whole schedule's been off.
I don't even think I'm human anymore. Like, I don't think I'm real.
The one thing I always think of is that there's this fact I heard like years ago where it's like apparently during medieval times there was a point where they would go to sleep for a little bit and then wake up in the middle of the night and then go back to sleep. Why don't we bring that back?
So like there was a little while when I like first started opening, was I was hopping between opens and closes.
Yeah.
I actually like did that for a couple weeks because I was opening 2 days a week and like closing 3 days a week or something like that. And so like close, you're there till almost 10. Opening, you're there at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So I just slept for like 4 or 5 hours every night. Took a 4 or 5 hour nap every afternoon.
I mean,
had no social life.
Well, yeah, understandably, because there's no way to have a social life like that. I don't even. It's hard for me to even have a social life just doing opens.
Yeah, honestly.
But also, I don't put myself out
I use all
there.
my social energy to talk to our regulars.
Yeah, sometimes you need all your social energy.
I love
to talk
all of
to
them
someone.
dearly.
There's so many regulars. There's so many regulars that make me want to scream. There's some of them that don't like us either, but they know that they have to put up with us to get their coffee.
It's either you get your morning fix or... Sorry,
buddy.
One of our regulars actually came in this morning and like was talking to me while I was making his coffee, and he's just standing there yapping with me. Most this man's ever talked to me.
Yeah.
Probably know who I'm talking about.
I think so, yeah.
And he'll come in, has his Tesla Cybertruck.
Oh God.
That thing makes me laugh.
Oh,
but
yes.
He comes in. He came in this morning. I started his drink immediately because I've been there for 4 years. He's never changed his order. He's never going to, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy with that.
He really likes the color black.
He does like the color black. I do too. But he was standing there talking to me, and he said something. He was like, I was up at like 4:30, 5 in the morning. I looked at him. I was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah. He was like, why? He was like, what time did you start at? I was like, 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was like, I do that almost every day.
But was he trying to be chauvinistic?
No, he was just he was talking about how he was like, I haven't been up this early in a while because I asked him how he was doing. He's like, I'm a little tired. And he's like telling me about that, and I was like, welcome to my life.
Welcome,
it's
buddy.
It's like 9, 10 in the morning. I was like, I get off in 20 minutes, so.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like some people, I still surprise myself with how early I get off of my shift, but then I remember I've been here since 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I kind of need this.
Yeah. Now that I've done 4:30 to 1s for so long, every time I have to randomly do a 9 to 5, I hit that like 1 o'clock mark and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yes. My body rejects being there.
Yeah, I like start shaking, crying, whatever. That's an exaggeration. Dramatic, but not stupid. That's what I like to say.
Yeah, I'd rather not cry at work. I think I've only ever done that once, and that was a rough situation.
I've done it a couple times.
Well, that's okay.
Don't recommend.
Mm-mm.
No. Because then you gotta like pull it together quick and get back on the floor.
There's too many people trying to ask you questions, though.
And then like regulars or customers will come in and they'll be like, "Are you okay?" And every single time I make up a sob story.
That's fine.
I've just come up with a sob story. I don't want to look at them and be like, "I spilled mocha. That's why I'm crying."
Yeah. It's like I'm having a mental breakdown because I spilled like half of this ingredient.
And just washed my hands. That's why they're wet.
Don't worry, buddy. It's not my tears or anything.
Oh my god.
That was good.
Thank you. I say that way too much.
Oh god. That's a good line.
That line is like rent free in my head.
I just washed my hands. That's why they're wet. No other reason.
Yeah. That and like, I was over on the bench. 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 I had a salad with craisins.
The horse is in the elevator again.
I thought my pod was almost empty. I'm just taking bad hits.
So
I'm trying to quit after this pod. Well, I have one left. I'm trying to quit for the 4th time this year.
I don't mean this in a bad way. I was about to say, I feel like I've heard you say that a couple of times.
Yeah, and I make it like 2 weeks.
It's with good reason.
It is.
Sometimes it is.
It's so hard to quit when you started vaping at 15.
Yikes.
Yeah.
While you were still in the biblical school
system? No. So that was my family moved here from Scranton when I was 14. I was in Bible school every year up until then, except for one where I went to public school and it like hit county. All the guys wear like straight leg baggy jeans and flannels, and they're like 12 years old, and they're like, my favorite drink's a beer. And I'm like, okay.
My favorite drink is a draft beer from my mother's Tate.
And like, I've always been a person where I don't care what people think of me, so like I wear what I want, and if that's not a flannel and bootcut jeans and cowboy boots, that's not a flannel, bootcut jeans and cowboy boots.
Yeah.
So all of them were like, oh my god, an alternative girl, like, but not like emo alternative, because I was still a happy child at that point. The world hadn't hit me yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
But that was like the only year that I wasn't in Christian school, and then we moved here, and I was in public school for like freshman year.
The public school out here breaks you. I feel like that's just
was pretty good.
Cocalico, okay.
Cocalico wasn't bad.
Warwick wasn't the best when it came to certain things. I definitely had the pleasure of not being bullied as often, but more so standing up for the bullied ones.
Yeah.
And that was always rough.
Freshman and sophomore year and like first half of junior year, I was like super social and like actually like tried to make friends with people. And then COVID hit and all that went right down the drain.
Yes.
Like, you isolate for 6 months and you forget how to do everything in life.
I'm telling you, that entire year spent out of Arizona was both a curse and a blessing.
Yeah.
Because for one, the pandemic hit same year.
Yeah.
And I was already going to online school as is. So that didn't change that much for me. I got to go to work all the time too. But not being able to see anybody and barely having the choice of seeing anybody...
Oh my gosh.
I was like, I wasn't even like self-isolated or purposefully isolated. It's just that I had to move.
Yeah.
Because my parents.
I had like a couple friends where like our families, like all of us were like, we're the only people that each other is seeing. So it was still like quote unquote quarantine. But it's still like, it felt the same as spending all of my time with family. Like all of those people I was friends with at that time, I'm not friends with anymore. I don't really talk to anymore. Yeah, and I think it's because we spent so much time together like that.
Yeah.
So it was just like, you're my only option.
It was a circumstance.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Great friends at the time. Learned a lot from them.
Don't need to learn anymore.
wish them well now. I hope you eat. Just not at my table, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think... To backtrack to that to that flannel point.
Oh no.
Do you think some of the people at work think I am like a heterosexual straight male because of the way I dress at work?
I've always picked up on the fact that you're not straight because of the way you dress.
Okay. Because I'm like, I don't have a fashion sense of any kind. If I do have any fashion sense, it's because of her, that lovely woman I call my girlfriend, hoping to call my wife one day.
Bless, honestly.
There's no way I would have a fashion sense without her, because before this it was collared shirts, short sleeve collared shirts.
So the same as now.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But it was with like designs from Hot Topic.
Oh, so you graduated to Hawaiian print now.
I graduated to Hawaiian print like an average
really proud
dad.
of you.
Yeah.
Really proud of you.
It was the thrifting.
I was trying to describe how you dressed him. I think it was my mom. It was my mom or my brother the other day. I forget what I said, but it was something about like 50-year-old Hawaiian dad that used to surf in his prime and now just like smokes a little bit of pot.
Yeah, that works. That definitely does work.
I can't remember if it was my mom or my brother that was saying that too.
Because I feel like that's the closet where I get most of my clothes from.
The 50-year-old Hawaiian dad.
Yeah, once
that
they
smokes
pass
a little bit of pot.
away. Once they
Oh my
pass
God.
away, all their clothes get donated to the thrift shop.
You're at like
and
the
I'm
estate
"Ooh,
sale
that's
immediately."
nice.
Yeah.
Immediately. It's not even like I don't get a text or anything. It's like a sixth sense. I'm like,
You're like,
Hawaiian shirts.
someone died here.
$5. Oh, buddy, I'm coming up on a steal.
What are you gonna do now that you can only wear?
I've been thrifting a lot
Okay.
more shirts for that.
It's already what I wear every day.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's what I've been hearing from a lot of the shift. They're like, yeah, that's what I already wear.
Yeah, I used to wear like light colored shirts at work.
Yeah.
All the time, and I got like bleach and coffee and chai and whatever on them. Yeah, I still like wearing black best.
No,
though.
I do too.
I look great in black.
I feel like it's a very neutral color that can look great on everybody. Some people can pull it off really well.
Yeah, some people are too pale for it.
Some people are too pale for it.
I'm too pale for it. That's why I have red hair now.
Gotta make it stand out.
I don't even think I know what my natural hair color is.
I know for a fact mine's blonde, but that's only because I've been letting it. No,
Yeah, you're letting it grow.
If you asked me a couple of months ago, I probably would have said blue.
Just like blue.
It's blue.
Well, when I had rainbow hair and like customers would come in and were like, "Oh my gosh, I love your hair," I'd be like, "Thank you, it's natural," even though I had like the whole rainbow on my head. Like,
hey, that's a good bit. That's a good bit to keep running.
literal like rainbow money pieces,
Oh
like
my
red,
God.
orange, yellow, split dye on one side and green, blue, purple on the
That's
other.
perfect though. I feel like you gotta have a phase of that if you dye your hair.
That was honestly like shameless plug. My hairstylist Tim at Mutiny Main Lounge. Love him to bits and pieces. Found him on Facebook Marketplace with an ad saying $150. You just have to let me use all 6 colors on your hair.
Dang.
That was it.
Is that the first appointment you ever
That was
went
the
to
first
with him?
appointment.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So like he was just like, I'm trying to build a Vivids portfolio, and like the easiest way to do that is to just put a full rainbow on someone's head.
That's true.
And I was like, okay, cool, sign me up. Like whatever you want.
Immediately.
And I was like sitting in that chair and I looked at him, I was like, Tim, I don't like yellow. So I was like, I know you need to use yellow. I was like, does it have to be equal parts? He was like, I'll literally put it on just the tips of your hair. Just
Perfect.
the tips. And he was like, and then we can cut it off when we trim your hair. And I was like, oh my
That is
God.
perfect.
It's like, I love you. Like, marry me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I think you posted him on your story before. He's that kind of like shorter Asian dude.
Yeah, I love him.
He seems awesome.
He's got the most gorgeous long hair. Like, obsessed with it.
Dang.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Long hair is really nice. I wish men would grow out their hair more
Me too.
often.
I love a man with a man bun.
Oh,
A good man bun. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Thick curly hair and a man bun.
As long as
Beautiful.
it's not like the yoga instructor type, it's fine.
What do you mean
Because
the yoga instructor type?
every time I think of like a man bun, I think yoga instructor.
So like slicked back, like completely flat to their head?
I don't know. I
don't
every
know.
time I imagine that type of man, I imagine like he's maybe like 5 foot something, not even close to 6 foot, but he'll say he's 6 foot.
But he'll be like 5'5".
5'5",
And then he'll meet
5'8".
someone like me who like can identify height, and I look at them, I'm like, you are not 5'5".
You and your identification of height.
It's
For the
so.
longest-
I was like swiping through Hinge and I saw my one buddy on there, and he's 2 inches shorter than me, and he had his height as 5'9", and I'm sitting here like I'm 5'9". You are not 5'9",
You
and
are not.
literally swiped right just so I could message him and be like, no way in hell you're 5'9". It's like, you are not 5'9", you are 5'7". Do not lie to yourself.
I don't get why some men just can't, like, admit that they're short. Because if you're
it's
short...
fine if you're short, just be honest about it.
It doesn't matter if you got long legs or short legs.
Yeah.
The woman's just gonna love you the same.
Just be honest about it. If you're gonna lie to me about your height, I'm gonna assume you're lying to me about literally everything you do.
Exactly. That's the way to go.
I won't even trust the way that you say you take your coffee. Like, that's like, I'm just gonna be a matter of fact about it.
Yeah, I take my coffee black. I'm 6 foot tall.
I'm gonna be like, all right, 15 sugars. Here
I got big toes.
Go.
One of these things are wrong.
Well, no,
I'm not gonna tell you which.
There was like a guy that I went on a date with like years ago. I think it was 2 years ago at this point. Met on a dating app. First red flag. Met on a dating app.
Yeah.
Went on this date. His profile said he was 5'7". I was saying, they're like, okay, whatever. He's like 2 inches shorter than me. I show up. This man is 5'1". He is shorter than my mother. Like
doesn't even come up to your chest.
And like he's like literally standing, like he's like he had like good posture too. So I was like, you don't even have a hunchback. Like there's no reason for you to like. Why did you add 6 inches to your height?
Don't lie. Like, I'm sure ladies would love a 5'1" man if you
I
actually
love a short
claimed
king.
he was
Just be honest about it.
5'1".
Yeah, my dog.
More man to pick up.
Yeah. He's just sitting there. He's like, I love tall women, and I'm like, you could. Sorry, you lied to me. I
can't help you there, buddy.
Like, yeah. Oh God.
I wish I was 6'1". No, I don't. My legs already hurt as is from being 5'10". Yes, it is 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time, I got used to saying 5'11".
Yeah, and then I called you out on it.
And then I finally went to the doctor and got it checked, and I'm 5'10".
Screamed. I was so happy you were being honest with yourself. Oh.
Because I wanted to be honest. Funny thing.
The argument we got into over that.
I went to the doctor like just days before I went to go and get my license renewed. And I went up to the counter, and the dude was like, okay, so your height says 5'11". Is there any more changes you'd like to make to that? And I'm like, yes. Put me down as 5'10". He immediately just goes, are you sure? Are you sure?
You're like, yes, my friend Maddie will kill me.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna be honest about it. 5'10", and I looked over to Lily, and I just gave her this smile, like.
Did you tell Lily about that, like honest to God, like almost fight we got into?
It wasn't a fight.
Oh, I would have fought. I would have thrown hands over that. Like,
because I told her about it, and at the end, like when I finally did tell him, I kind of gave her that look that like you see in like drama movies where the character finally makes the right decision and he's like, yes, finally on the right path.
Because like it was talking with you and then our boss.
Yes.
And I forget how tall our boss was saying he was, and I looked at him, I was like, you're not that tall.
Yeah.
He was like, how do you know? And I looked at him, I was like, I'm an inch taller than you and I'm 5'9".
Because I think he might have said 5'9".
He said 5'9". I was like, yeah, that's what he said. I was like, you are not 5'9". I'm 5'9", and I don't lie about my height. Like, that's literally what I said to him.
I don't think this man would be the one to lie about his height. He's a very trustworthy, God-fearing man, but...
Do have a lot of respect for him,
yeah,
but
no,
still.
We'll say that. But at the same time, yeah, no, he was not 5'9".
No.
Especially if you're pumping 5'9", if not closer to 5'10".
Yeah, I'm like 5'9" on the dot.
Yeah, I am. According to I think it was the nurse that took my height. She was like, "You're just right under 5'11", and I'm like, ah!
Like I can't even say I'm 5'11".
I can't even say I'm 5'11".
You're not.
Because for the longest time, I thought I had grown an inch. I probably got a bit of a hunchback because my entire childhood, I was always told to sit up straight, and then once I moved out,
I can slouch.
I let the ease out a little bit, and maybe a little too much.
It's fine.
Doesn't help. I was laying on a rickety old bed for the past 5 years. Now I got actual back support.
Love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but what I was saying about Drew Wallow, her and her sister have a podcast, and they start every episode with what movies and shows they're watching currently.
Yeah.
And what music they're like currently hyper fixated on.
I feel like the music I've been hyper fixated on hasn't changed in like the past 5 years.
Apparently Mike just came out with new music.
I think so.
I was listening to Vices on the way here.
Because his newest album that he dropped, And for those who don't know, Mike is a rapper that's been out for a bit. I got obsessed with him during like 2020, 2021.
He has like
over his
like 13 albums or something like that.
Yeah, he has a ton of albums.
Insane.
I got obsessed with his Way to the World album back in like 2021.
Dropped a single.
Yeah, he dropped a single that I kind of liked.
I'm gonna butcher
You didn't
his
like
name.
that one. What? With Tony Seltzer? Or what are you talking about?
No. What song with Tony Seltzer?
That's the newest one that he came out with. Prezi?
Oh, I don't think I listened to that one yet. I'm looking at Vices, which just came out today.
Oh, you're talking about a different Mike.
Have we been talking about different mics this whole time?
I guess so.
Because I know there's Mikey Mike. Who's
No,
also
no.
got good music.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. I was talking about Mike, period.
I did
But
not.
anyways,
I
Big
have
Mike.
no idea who this guy is.
Well, both of them have like 13 albums then.
Yeah, both of them do.
I will be listening to
dang.
this on my way home then.
Okay.
But Vices by Lil Mike with period.
Yeah.
Not a bad song. Kind of mumble rappy, but like it fits the vibe if that's the vibe
I
you're
was
going
so
for.
confused when you said that you were afraid that Mike was going a mumble rapper route and you didn't like the direction he was going, because I was like, no, this new album, this
Like,
new
this is
single's
so
great by
good.
him. I
No.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so now there's 3 Mikes. There's Mikey Mike, who also he's got some good songs. Mikey Mike. I was friends with this girl in high school, and her favorite song was, let me find the name of it. It was called Yasmin, You Will Never Hear This.
Okay. Huh.
Fantastic song. Obsessed with it. Loved it forever. And then, I'm gonna butcher the name of this, but Sleep Token just came out with a song today called Damocles.
Ooh. I didn't know Sleep Token came out with another song.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Sleep Token fan, but of course Lily is.
I was listening to it and I was like, is this what, like literally thinking to myself, is this what bleeding out feels like? Like,
Ooh.
it's so heart-wrenching and
Okay.
sad, and I was just sitting there listening to it. I was like, I could bleed out on the floor to this song, and that would be the best way to go.
Because these new singles they've been coming out with have been really, really good.
So good, and all of them have been ripping into their, like, the toxic side of their fan base, and
Yes,
I'm
which is
obsessed with it.
amazing. Especially
Yeah.
after... I was so upset after I heard about what happened with the whole, like, they were trying to leak their faces.
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly happened in that scenario, but I know that it just sucks because I've heard of bands like Slipknot from back in the day. They were always really, really good about, you know, keeping their identities hidden, and nobody questioned it.
No.
Now that the new internet age
But
has come around and Sleep Token is out,
I, like, honestly kind of think it has something to do with COVID.
possibly.
Because, like, no one knows how to go to concerts anymore either.
No,
Like, all of the
no.
etiquette surrounding that is gone.
Like, I remember back when Steve Lacy was going on tour again, when his newest album had just dropped. I think it's Gemini Rights, or...
I think that's it.
Gemini Rights.
Yeah.
Cool. That was back in, like, 2022, and he went on tour, and just the entire time, people, like, trashing him because he wasn't playing this TikTok hit, and then they wouldn't sing along to some of the songs.
Yeah.
They'd sing along to the chorus of the one hit he had.
Yeah.
And it's just upsetting.
Well, I went to see Spirit Box a couple weeks ago, and for anyone that doesn't know them, they're like a metalcore type band, but their lead vocalist is a woman, so like screaming everything. She's a beautiful, gorgeous woman that screams, and I love her. Bless Courtney LaPlante.
She does scream really well.
She's so good at it. My friend got me VIP tickets as a birthday gift. And, like, I think I told you about this already, but this guy, like, pushed me to get it, like, literally pushed me out of his way to get onto the barricade.
What the hell?
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
there's no reason.
You show up late, that sucks. Like, that's kind of how this goes with general admission.
But pushing to the barricade like that?
Literally pushing to the barricade, like, shoving people out of the way.
That
and,
is
like,
awful.
and any man that was in his way, he would, like, ask them nicely and be like, it's my girlfriend's birthday. She would we're just trying to get her to the barricade. We got here late. I'm really sorry. Like, is it okay if she goes in front of you? And they'd be like, yeah. And the moment it was a woman, he'd be like, I'm coming in front of you, and just push them.
Excuses.
Yeah, so, like, the one opener, Loathe, they finished their set, and I ripped right into him. I looked at him and was like, you don't do that. You don't put hands on me. Like, you said you were going to move in front of me. I looked at you and said, no. I was here first. Like, you do not touch me.
No.
Like, pretty much just ripped into him, and he just, I think I pissed him off, because the only thing he could think to say was, why don't you try using your words like an adult? And I looked at him and was like, I am. I looked at him and was like, I've been using my words like an adult.
Damn.
It's like, Damn.
Because he wasn't.
No, he was using his hands like a little fucking kid. I'm
He's like, get out of my way! I need my toy!
I want to be at the front. Okay.
Let me go at the front!
Like,
like-
your girlfriend is surrounded by women. She's not gonna, like, no one's gonna touch her. She's surrounded by alternative and queer women. She's going to be fine.
That's
Like,
so upsetting.
Yeah.
And using her as an excuse like that is unacceptable.
Yeah. But I just got tired of looking at him, and he also smelled bad.
Oh,
so I was like, I don't even want to stand
God.
near you. So I told my friend that I was with, my friend Rachel, I was like, hey, like, do you mind if I go stand somewhere else?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, no, I don't care. I was like, okay, cool. So I went and stood with my friend Sarah. There's this like group of teenagers standing next to us, and they just kept, I don't know if they were teenagers or like freshly 21, because they were drinking, but like, they just kept in the middle of the set, like leaving and coming back to their spot and leaving and coming back to their spot. And I'm like, dog, like, if you think you can't make it through, wear a diaper. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
get to your
either
spot
that-
and you're sat. Like,
They're either drinking or they're leaving the crowd just to go hit their vapes.
honestly,
I wouldn't be surprised because they probably didn't allow smoking in the.
no.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It still happens though.
People don't care.
Of course not. Not
People
for
have
me.
never
I would never
cared.
do something like that ever.
You got to keep it confined though.
gonna
You
quit.
can't be like hidden giant vape clouds in the middle of the set.
Oh, why not?
I don't know. I feel like it's a little mean to some of the other patrons.
Oh, it definitely is. It's so disrespectful. I'll say it. I'll say it plain and simple. I've never done something like that ever in my life.
Good Christian girl.
Yeah, good Christian girl.
With your biblical values.
Biblical values. Oh my god. But yeah. What else was there? There's also Mumford and Sons came out with new music.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh
going
yeah.
to see them. Very excited.
I only hear them in passing nowadays. I've never really. Back in like, it was I think 8th grade. I had this lovely, lovely English teacher. His name was Mr. Hazel.
I feel like it's always the middle school English teachers.
It's always the middle school
Yeah.
English teachers. He was like the chillest dude. He kind of reminded me of Bill Nye in a way. He was really,
Okay.
really like eccentric at times, but he also knew how to keep it really concise and to the
Yeah.
point for his lessons.
Bill Nye, I forgot about him.
I was talking to him about how Gorillaz was dropping music and like way back when they were first
Yeah.
getting geared up for Humans, and
Back when
oh
I
my
wasn't
God.
allowed to listen to secular music.
I was so excited because I had just gotten into this band and I had heard of them back in like my childhood, Feel
Yeah.
Good Inc. and all that.
Yeah.
But with
Great song. Baby No Money did a cover of it that wasn't
Oh.
bad. It wasn't bad.
I hate cover music.
I do too,
I
but
hate
it
it
wasn't
so much.
bad.
The only ones I will accept is Ninja Sex Party's set of compilation albums they
I-
did called Under the Covers.
I'm gonna be honest, I love a good metal cover.
Oh yes,
If
that's
you
true.
like, if you're gonna do a cover, don't do acoustic. You have to completely change the
Please,
genre.
for the love of God,
No
don't
more
do
acoustic covers.
I'm sick and tired of what is it? The one famous violinist, Lindsay something.
Lindsay Sterling.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Every single time I would hear whatever covers come on, I'd just be like, ugh.
Oh, and Pentatonics, they can do whatever they want.
And she's not
I'm gonna be
like
honest.
she's not like a bad cover artist, but
No,
it got
she's so
overplayed.
talented.
It got overplayed so fast. It was
Yeah.
like constantly from like two cellos. That's another.
Oh,
cover.
I forgot about them.
I forgot about them
the
too.
piano guys.
The piano guys. They would
My aunt loves them. My aunt is obsessed with them.
because they're talented people, but they're stuck doing covers.
Yeah.
It'd be great to hear some original music from them that
Mm-hmm.
wasn't just purely acoustic or cinematic.
I feel like people that only do cover music, it's just because like they only like had the like musical training, like I'm
Yeah.
putting that in air quotes, to play music and not like compose
God.
anything of their own or understand theory.
There's two sides of the coin with musicians. It's
Yeah.
either you're an accomplished artist who knows like what you're doing and like musical theory and all this,
Yeah.
or you're an artist that's going for the pure art of it.
Yeah.
And you don't know what the hell you're doing, but you
Doing
know you
something.
can feel the art going
Yeah.
through you. It, like there's the artist side and the technicalist side.
Yeah. I'm very grateful for the piano teacher I had growing up because I was like 8 years old and he was sitting there. He's like, "You're learning theory. No choice. You're learning theory."
I wish I had picked up theory earlier in life
Yeah.
because
It
that
makes
would
it
have
so easy.
it would have helped me as a musician going into it because then I'd be able to do more original pieces without having to what I feel sometimes is essentially rip off other artists' work. With sampling, I love sampling.
Yeah, I think you're subtle with your sampling though. Like,
I hope so. It's like imposter syndrome. I get a little afraid that I'm using too much of someone else's work that it's not my own.
I like actually listen to your music, like outside of just when you drop something and I'm like, let me listen to it. And I've never like sat there and been like, this sounds like something else. Like, what was it? That like Ice Ice Baby song and the what's that one?
Oh my god, Under Pressure. And Ice Ice Baby.
It's not like that where you're like, which song is this?
It's not it's oh my god. There's this stupid clip of Vanilla Ice in an interview talking about this scenario, and he's like, oh, it's different because we added another note in the bass line, and then our song goes dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
And their song goes dun 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 dun. No, buddy.
It's the same, buddy.
It opens up the same exact way.
You just sound lazy.
I remember as a kid, I set up an actual playlist called Russian Roulette where it was 5 Under Pressures and 1 Ice Ice Baby.
And you don't know which one's
don't know which one's going to play. I hate that song with a passion.
I used to share a Spotify with my brother, and he would put Never Gonna Give You Up in every single one of my playlists.
Just randomly.
And I wouldn't when I build a playlist, like I build a playlist. There's going to be like a sad playlist, like a weak playlist will have 50 songs.
Yeah, 5 hours at least.
But a good playlist, like my solid playlist, would be like 100, 200 songs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it was fantastic. And then I would just be sitting there vibing. The vibes would be good, and then you'd suddenly be like, never gonna give you like, get out of here.
I do love that song though.
Yeah,
I really do.
I don't. I'm traumatized.
Okay, Rick Astley is both one of my favorite but also one of my least favorite artists because that song has been overplayed to death.
He's my least favorite.
He's on your hit list.
He's on my hit list. Rick better be worried when he sees
there's a certain art to his music, and I think it's just the pure
respectful.
80s of it, but also just
I would rather cut my head off and use it as a punch bowl than listen to his music.
It's not bad. It's 80s.
I'm traumatized.
You hear the first opening chord of that song and you just throw it out the window.
I'm pretty sure I've talked to at least one therapist about how angry his music makes me.
Dang. It was coming at a time where it was like that perfect 80s pop and disco mix that I love so much.
That's valid. I'll give you that.
Because that's my favorite, like...
I'll appreciate that you like his music.
Oh, yeah. I not all of his music. I feel like I really do like the sound of that one. And then also, given the meme status, that was like one of my first exposures to like 80s pop. I had never heard something like that before.
Seriously?
Yes. And I was young at that time. I was at least like 8 years old. I wasn't supposed to be on YouTube at this point. But I somehow found my way onto YouTube.
My parents were like very careful with me being on YouTube, and then there was like that whole thing where videos of sharks eating people was going around
I didn't know that.
It was weird. It was like shark attack videos.
That's
scary. I like I don't know why. I've like always had the most overactive imagination.
Oh, you thought a shark was gonna pop through your bedroom window? And
no,
eat you.
I thought a shark was gonna come eat me through the drain in the bathtub.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was bad.
So you like mixed up it and a shark.
Oh, it was so
bad.
That's
terrifying.
It was so bad. I would not shower. I was 8 years old. It was so bad.
Oh god, that's a solid fear to have though, because I can't tell you how many. No, but I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of like rats crawling up through sewer drains.
I would rather a rat come up through my sewer drain than have to think about a shark.
Yeah, that's fair. I've heard too many scary stories.
I love them now. I think they're so cool. I
Sharks
think they're kind of misunderstood.
They are. They're scary looking animals, but in the sense that
I go to that fish place to go pet them all the time.
That fish place has.
I think they have baby sharks, or is it? No, they have stingrays. The aquarium in Camden, New Jersey has baby sharks that you can pet.
That makes sense. I love me a good aquarium. I haven't been to one in forever.
It's been a while.
Because you think that they're just like for kids because you go to it as a kid, but then you go to it as an adult.
You gotta like. What's the word people use? Garden a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta hit it a little bit.
I feel like that would be a good experience.
And then you go.
Yeah, that'd be a great experience. I would do that actually.
I feel bad because there was a lot of things my parents didn't let me do, and now I feel like I've done them a little too much in excess. Now that I'm an adult, and one of those things was watch Family Guy growing up.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
I
watched Barbie movies. I was allowed to watch those.
I wasn't allowed to watch Family Guy growing
I
up.
thought you were going to say I wasn't allowed to watch Barbie.
I wasn't allowed to watch Barbie growing up, but now that I'm an adult, man,
I
let me
watch it
tell
all
you,
the time.
Barbie and the Seven Princesses, my favorite. I used to watch the Space Buddies films growing up.
Oh,
I'll
I
say
did like
that.
those. I wasn't allowed. What was that? Spooky Buddies was not allowed to watch that one.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a ghost dog in it. It's too secular.
It would have been too scary. Yeah.
It would have been too scary.
Yeah.
I love those movies growing up. But backtracking, Family Guy. Speaking on the aquarium thing, I immediately just imagined the scene where it's like they go to the aquarium. It's like, this is crazier than the one time me and Lois took edibles before going to the aquarium. And
I feel like that's what got people doing that.
Peter, the sharks are scaring me, Peter. And it's like, shush, 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 shush. Shush.
No, we have a regular named Peter, and that's how I yell his name whenever
Peter!
if he's not in the
Peter!
store. If there's no one in the store. If there's no one in that store besides like my coworkers, I'll finish his matcha. I'll put it on the counter. And I'll be like, Peter, Peter. Like it's so
Peter,
bad.
the matcha's here.
It's so bad. Or one coworker gets so mad at me.
Oh my gosh.
There was like a while when my old roommate was working with us.
Oh,
She
God.
also did it, so she just had to listen. Like she could never get away from it because if I wasn't working, that the other girl was working.
Yeah.
And both of us did it. So he would order and she'd see it pop up and immediately walk into the back of house. She'd be like, I can't do this.
Peter, your matcha's here.
He's such a sweet guy though.
I will give your old roommate some credit here. She always went with the bit.
She did.
She
was
always
good at
went with
that.
the bit. She was always really good at that.
Yeah. She commits. She commits to the bit. I love
Every
I
time.
love a person that could commit to the bit. If you can't commit to the bit, what are you doing?
Yeah. I can't remember what hat I got her. It was like it was for like
got-
Secret Santa. It
You
was
got
like
her that pink cat hat.
pink cat hat.
The-
There
yeah.
we go. I couldn't remember
She
if it
didn't
was
realize it was like a feminist movement thing.
like... That's so funny.
When you gave it to her and I explained it to her, she was like, "Why?" And I was like, "It's a pink pussy hat."
It's a feminist movement.
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
She was like, "Oh my god,
Because
I love it."
I think she talked about it beforehand, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this would be great together then.
And she just wanted it because she liked cats.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then like a couple of us explained that to her, and she was like, "Oh my god, I love that. I need it
Yeah.
forever." And I was like, "Great, it's perfect for you."
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. God.
Secret Santa is always fun when it comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people don't know what to get you, but they end up getting you something pretty neat.
I got a book and a Barnes & Noble gift card last Secret Santa, and I'm very happy with it.
Secret Santa, I got Thundercats album, It Is What It Is. And I love that
Ooh.
album to bits.
Okay.
And I'm like, dude, it's perfect.
You're like, I'm happy with
I'm
this.
happy with it either
Yeah.
way. I can't tell you how many albums I have on different formats. Some that they're not
Yeah.
even supposed to exist on.
Yeah.
I have Tyler the Creator's Cherry Bomb on a cassette.
Oh, I love that.
I recorded it onto there just
love
for
that.
the
Oh.
novelty of having it on cassette.
That's valid. That's so valid.
Because I was like, if I'm not going to have Cherry Bomb on vinyl like I wanted to on Record Store Day of
Yeah.
2020.
I like collect records. I have so many of them. I've never participated in Record Store Day.
It's fun.
I will make a shopping list for it every single year
Yeah.
and never go.
I'm going to be honest. I always get excited for the event of Record Store Day because that means that one of my favorite formats is still alive.
Yeah.
But at
I
the
love
same
that it's
time,
like making a huge comeback right now
yes.
too.
It's been making a huge comeback since like 2013.
Yeah.
At first it was a hipster movement, and then it was like, oh, buy your kid this plastic
But now it's like
turntable.
becoming mainstream and it's
Yeah.
like actually kind of cool.
There's
because,
better turntables out
Yeah.
now. Cheaper ones than there were.
Yeah.
Cassettes making a bit of a comeback. Thank God.
I'm not
that
a big
is
cassette person, I'm going to be honest.
that is by far my favorite format.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know
love a
why,
record.
what calls me to cassettes. I feel like it's probably just because I love CDs so much growing up. And
My
that's
brother's
like,
a CD guy.
CDs are great too.
Yeah, he has so many.
I have a ton of CDs, DVDs, vinyls, cassettes. I want to get a mini disc at some point.
Yeah.
Nobody puts music on mini disc anymore, but
You could probably find one. I feel like you
wouldn't be
could.
surprised. I'd put my own music on
Facebook
mini
Marketplace.
disc. Yeah, find some blank mini discs.
Yeah, honestly. But I have like a lot of respect for my brother though with like music because there was like when he was little, like of course he just liked what he liked, which was like those stupid Perry Grip songs where it's like, I hate my life and I want to die because
Oh
I don't
my
have an
God.
iPhone or something like that. And then
I ain't got no iPhone.
that thing. I hate that song.
Or It's Raining Tacos.
Yeah, that one. When he was little, he played that on repeat. He was like 7 years old, and he would just be like, raining tacos. And then we'd have to listen to it on repeat. All of us would have like bleeding ears, but he'd be so happy.
I love little brothers so much because they always find the weirdest music.
They do.
My little brother, it was like, we always had him over for Christmas. It's kind of like a separate situation because he lives with his mom all the time. My stepdad is his dad biologically, but I consider his stepdad my dad too because he raised me from age 2.
Yeah.
Quick backstory.
That
He would always be over for Christmas, like flying over. And one year he got obsessed with this song called Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
Stop. Mark went through that phase too.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay. He just came home one time and he was like, let's play Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
That one, and I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
That one's really good, yeah. No, I heard about that years beforehand though, but this song I'd never heard of. And my dad had this like speaker setup where it would play throughout the whole house.
Yeah.
It was like a Bose speaker system. He got it playing and it was hee-haw, hee-haw.
Oh.
Dominic the Christmas Donkey.
My dad had one of those Bose
Jing.
speakers, like the nice, like waterproof compact ones. Put it on top of he drives a minivan. He's so slay for that. Love it. But he drives a minivan, put it on top of the van while he was putting stuff in the van. Forgot to put it in the van with him or take it off the van. I don't know what he was trying to do. Went to drive away and it fell off as like, you know, everything does when you leave it on top of your car, and then drove over it. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure that's what happened to
Waterproof, but not tire-proof.
honestly.
Rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
Rest in pieces.
But I have like a ton of respect for my brother now, especially because like you could tell him, I listen to this artist, I listen to this song or whatever, I really like this, and he will listen to their whole discography.
Oh yeah.
And even if it's something that he doesn't like, he will find something to appreciate about it.
I'm telling you, I miss that period of time where I was just listening to different artists' discography. And I know I can go back at any point I want to.
Yeah.
But right now, I've gotten really big into playlisting, which is something I
love playlisting.
I never did playlisting. Like, it was forbidden for me. I would always listen to an album straight through or shuffle an album.
My Spotify takes up like 50 gigs of storage on my phone.
Same.
I just deleted all of my downloads. I'm like, I need to start fresh. Like, I'm out of storage on my phone.
I need more storage space. That
like,
Spotify high definition sound is
50
taking
gigs
up.
of photos, 50 gigs of Spotify. It's so bad.
It's so good though.
It's so good.
Nice. You
So
get that
healing.
iCloud plan, the photos don't even matter anymore.
I can't get myself to pay for it.
It's only $2.99 though.
There's something weird about the cloud, man.
Yeah.
They're doing something
We've
fishy.
grown up in an era where the cloud was very, very primitive, and there's too many nudes leaks.
That, like, also, like, AI, all of it, I don't like it.
I don't like AI. I don't like AI. We had some people talking about, like, ChatGPT at work, and they were like, oh yeah, sometimes I use ChatGPT just for the hell of it, and I'm like,
I don't want ChatGPT knowing anything about me. The fact that there's AI on Snapchat makes me want to pitch my phone out of the window. Like,
I accidentally sent a photo to the AI the other day.
It snapped me back. I was like,
snapped me back. I was like, why is it texting? Why is it taking a photo? And it sent me back this photo of like a cat in sunglasses in the back of a car. And I'm like, why?
Sometimes I'll like accidentally open it when I like open my Snapchat. And it'll just message me and be like, how are you doing today? And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you.
No.
Like, I will literally text it back and be like, fuck off.
I can't tell you how many times I've like stumped myself trying to get it out of my friends list because it's always sitting there at the top for no reason. You can't.
The only way you get rid of it is by paying for Snapchat.
Oh no.
That's how you get rid of it.
That's awful.
You think I'm gonna pay for Snapchat? No.
I'm not paying that much money a month for Snapchat Plus.
I don't even pay for Spotify Premium. Like, well, I just mooched off of my dad until I had a way to get it for free.
I mean, technically, you don't pay for it because you get it free now. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I probably should start doing that.
Do it. It's so worth it.
Because her and I have a duo plan, which is great, but they keep raising the prices. So it's like...
Switch.
Yeah, by that point. Switch. I wish I could get a duo plan. Then it wouldn't matter anymore.
Yeah, it wouldn't, but...
You can't.
You can't.
It
has to be a single plan. Stupid.
I wish. I thought they would have just had like a big old company soup.
The company soup?
The company soup where they pull the money out and they're like, okay, there we go. That's their Spotify payment for this month. They got a big old popular Spotify payment plan.
Yeah.
I keep hoping that I'm going to end up like, you know the meme where it's like the dude digging through the tunnel to find the diamonds and then he stops and walks off. And then there's the dude up top that keeps mining. It's this stupid stock image.
I love that I'm just staring at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
And you picked up quick.
Diamond mining,
It's
stock
like
image.
the look I give people when they're like, have you seen this movie? And I just go, no. And they're like, you should watch it. And I go, I'll add it to the list. There is no list. I will not watch that movie. Like...
Diamond mining meme. There we go. It's this one.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, yeah. It's like this dude walking back from a pile of diamonds, but he's been digging for a long time. And then there's the dude that's so ambitious and trying to mine for the diamonds even faster. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm the dude that's like walking away from the diamonds each time I like drop my music or
You're
something.
like almost there.
I'm almost there to striking something, but
Yeah.
I give up right beforehand.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'll hit those diamonds at some point, and I'll just like... I'll be able to pay off everything.
Yeah.
Buy my parents that house they want. You know, that's the goal in the end.
Honestly, yeah.
I want to buy
I
my
don't write
parents
music.
a house. I mean, music it's a really cathartic way to get out like your experiences and your trauma.
Really depressing poetry for a little bit.
Really depressing raps then.
No, I'm not gonna rap.
You're not gonna rap.
You think? Do I sound like I rap?
No.
No, I don't have the voice for that.
I somehow.
Some
do.
people think I can sing. Some people.
I feel like you can sing.
Yeah.
I haven't heard you, but
No.
I feel like you have the ability
Probably never
to.
will, but it's okay.
Do a couple of open mics.
I used to do those. Like, I used to do this all the time, like, especially in high school, because I was in, like, chamber choir and, like, chorales and, like, regular choir and did stuff like that. And, like, jazz bands, marching bands.
I was in a lot of extracurriculars. It was either that or... I can't remember my parents' proposition. They were like, you had to do extracurriculars or something else. Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
Led worship in my Bible thumping days.
Led worship.
Yeah, and my skinny jeans and like my Christian band t-shirts.
Oh God. Slayer!
Yeah.
Written in the most demonic font possible without being too secular.
Jesus, I love you!
I love you, Jesus!
Yeah.
Jesus
Or,
loves
like,
you too!
Went to worship conferences. Oh my God. One of my closest friends, like both of us both of us have left the church since this.
Yeah.
But like, we met because we were roommates for a worship conference.
Oh.
And then we just went every single year together.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So then the last year that we did it, because you could do it 4 years, because you could do it through high school. So like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. So senior year we were roomed together, and we like were literally both sitting in there, and she was like, I don't think I'm gonna keep going to church. And I was like, I don't think so either. Like literally after this whole like cathartic experience.
Yeah, you guys were enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
You guys had this shared
the spiritual
ideal.
manipulation.
And they're like, yeah, I don't think I want to do this no more. Neither do I.
We had like a whole conversation about how like camps and conferences like that, like they will manipulate you into feeling that way. Where you're just like, oh my God, I need Jesus. And then you're sitting there and you're like, oh wait, I just like live music.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what it was.
That's what I'm so sad I missed out on, because my friend Seth, he's a Christian through and through.
Yeah.
And
nothing wrong with that.
No, of course not. I always have love for them over at the Introvert City.
Mm-hmm.
Love you guys. Always editing for you. Plugging another podcast and ours. And he always used to talk about these concerts and conferences he would go to, and I'm like, I always wanted to do that live music stuff, because growing up,
they're fun. They are fun.
I had the only two concerts I've ever been to was more recently. It was the Tyler the Creator concert when he went on tour for his Call Me If You Get Lost tour, and that was so much fun. Yeah, Seth and I went to that.
I feel like of all the people I know, you would go to a lot of concerts.
I wish. It's having the money for it, but also wanting to actually go out socially.
Yeah. I go to so many.
Technically, I did watch a third concert, but that was... I don't know if it counts or not. It was the Brockhampton concert they did live at the chapel.
Oh, that sounds good.
And it was a live event.
Yeah.
So you bought tickets for it as if it were an actual concert, but they live streamed it. I pulled out these speakers that we have sitting here, and I just set them up to the TV, hooked them up, got my camera, or got my cable to connect my computer to the TV, and started just playing the concert as if it were an actual concert. It was so good.
I go to a lot of concerts, because this year I saw Spirit Box. I'm not going to many this year. I think I'm only going to 5. I saw Spirit Box a couple weeks ago. And I'm going to see Mumford and Sons in September, and Hosier in August.
Nice.
Sleep Token in September, and I think I'm missing one still. But
Lily's going to Grey Day this year.
Ooh.
She's really excited about that. She went last year too, but she's excited to go this year because it might be their last one.
Yeah, I wanted to get tickets, but I was like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I gotta pick careful. Gotta choose carefully. Like
her and her buddy Bobby, they go to all these concerts together. They'll be buying their tickets back and forth. Like last year, she brought the Grey Day tickets, so this year he's buying the Grey Day tickets. They went to Motionless in White. I think it was for her birthday.
I bet that was good too.
Yeah, no, she really loved it. She loves Motionless in White. Chris Motionless is
so talented,
a man,
so good.
A man.
Yeah.
I love him so much. His story building, his outfits, his makeup, his body.
his
the
body.
way he rocks his body. He's rocking it like Justin Timberlake told him to.
Honestly. Man brought sexy back.
Oh,
but
damn right.
But I want to go see Bad Omens when they go on tour
Bad
again.
Omens. That's another good band.
I have a feeling there's going to be another tour for them.
Oh yeah.
But I
wouldn't be surprised.
I want to see Noah Sebastian in the flesh, and I want him to scream in my face. And then I want to go home and cry about it.
I mean, that sounds like a perfect night, though.
It sounds really so good. I'd be so happy.
The other concert I went to was back when it was back in like 2011 or 2012.
Okay.
I was really, really young, but my parents were working at the theater, the Majestic Theater in Ventura.
Okay.
Ventura, California.
Okay, I was gonna be like, I don't know where that is.
So this is back when I was living in California. 303. You know who they are, right?
Oh yeah, wait, that took me a second.
Yeah, no, it's the way I said it.
Because
they're
performing at Warped Tour this year.
Oh dang!
I almost bought tickets for that.
Again because
I don't think I have festival energy. I don't think I have it in me.
Running around to all these different concerts.
I don't think I have it in me. I think I could do it in like the late fall or the early spring, but I can't do it in like
you have to have
June
the energy.
heat on the blacktop. I can't do it.
To hell with that. I'd love to go to a festival someday, whether performing or like being there just to enjoy the music.
It'd be so cool.
To perform at a festival would be amazing.
Alt 104.5, like the radio station in Philly, they do like they're like quote unquote festivals.
Yeah.
But it's a free concert. So you venue hop between Brooklyn Bowl, the Fillmore, and the Foundry.
Oh wow.
So they do 3 shows between each, like 3 shows each, Brooklyn Bowl and the Foundry, and then they do one in the Fillmore.
Okay.
At the end of the night. So the one in the Fillmore, it's like $20 to get in.
Dang.
But I went with a couple friends 2 years ago. We ended up seeing, we saw Group Love. So Tongue Tied.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Fantastic band. We saw Group Love. We saw, I don't remember how to say the name of this band, but it's like Cafoon or something like that.
Okay.
We saw a couple like smaller indie artists that were like local to Philly. Who else did we see? I can't remember, but there was like the 6 of them, like those, there were 6 performers for free, and then the one at the end of the night, who was it? What's the name of that band?
I missed the era when bands would like I remember seeing this interview from like the 90s where Nirvana's being interviewed and they're like, oh, so what do you think about Madonna's $20 ticket prices? And he's like, $20? I'd charge $15 or something like that.
Yeah.
I miss those days when tickets were that cheap.
Concerts, yeah.
I'd make my tickets that cheap if I ever were to put on my own concert.
Are you performing at Pride this year? Do you know yet?
I hit them up.
Yeah.
I emailed them because they were looking for artists for certain events.
Yeah.
And I think they have a whole new like coordinator for that.
Oh yeah, they do.
So
because there was some situation.
There was some situation with the manager.
Yeah.
That she had to be booted because of financial reasons.
Yeah.
Like she might have been lying on taxes or something.
That's usually how that goes.
The dude that I had been in contact with, Ryan, he was such a sweet dude.
Yeah.
I don't think he's in charge of that position anymore. I don't know if he got promoted or if he got moved or something like that. or if they just scrap the whole team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
My one friend's doing photography for them this year.
Oh, wow.
For their
nice.
like main, I don't remember if it's their main stage or like the main like event or whatever, but he's doing photography for them. And then Tim, my lovely, lovely hairstylist, he's gonna have a stand there too.
Oh, nice.
Love that for him. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah,
he's like getting his foot in the door.
That's really good because he seems like a really genuinely nice dude from what I've heard.
I loved him.
Because he's hooked you up in the past.
Yeah. Loved him. Loved him.
Yeah, no, I got into contact with them, it was like in March or something. Because usually, last year, that's when they contacted me about actually being in the Pride performance.
Yeah. Just so fun to come see you at your first concert.
I've had a bit of a, not a falling off after that, but that was a sort of peak in my career, so now I don't really know what to do with myself.
You're like, I got to perform at Lancaster Pride, I don't know what to do now.
Yeah, exactly. And getting up to the album, it's like, what if it's not as good as this big point, you know?
Yeah.
But I've noticed that, like, with my career, you know, you gotta have peaks, you gotta have lows.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It's just like, it ebbs and flows, it's good.
Yeah. That's probably what you want, instead of having a giant peak, keep going, and then fall off.
And, like, watch people, like, performers like Chapel Roan, where she got no media training, and suddenly she's huge and does not know what to do.
Yeah. Which is understandable. I mean, I feel
understandable. It's overwhelming.
As a performer, you're not going to know what to do if you make it big. That's why you have managers and coordinators and things like that.
We're, like, meant to live in community and, like, know people, but we're not meant to be, like...
this known.
That known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's so sad when you hear about celebrities who are going through things, because people are always watching their every move.
Like, it's like people dehumanize them and forget that they're also people.
Yeah.
Except for this Kanye replacement, I don't think he's real.
That's understandable.
I don't think that's him.
I mean, did you hear what he just recently said?
So, fun fact, you know how you can block keywords on social media? Kanye West is blocked on mine. I'm like...
As it should be.
As it should be. I can't look at him.
He recently posted about how up until age 14, he was messing around with his cousin.
I saw something about that, and I was just like, I don't want to look into this at all.
And then he made a song about it called Cousins. And the image cover is...
if I had to pick between cutting my head off and using it as a punch bowl, if listening to...
Is that your thing?
That's like my current shtick right now.
Listening to
Kanye's
new single.
Listening to Kanye's new single, or listening to Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick, however you say his last name. Rick Astley. I would cut my head in half and make it into two.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I listened to it just to see if it's like as bad as people have been saying it is, because band's made good music in the past.
Yeah.
And his illnesses have never stopped him. His illnesses and ailments. But he's really going down a dark path right now.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Just so, like, especially with all the Diddy stuff, too. Like, everything in that circle.
Yeah.
Any person in a room with 1,000 bottles of baby oil, I'm sorry, but, like, there's gonna be something wrong with you. Like...
Did Diddy do it?
Yeah.
I think Diddy did it.
Yeah.
But Diddy though?
Like Kanye, and then Justin Bieber, how he's just like crashing out publicly.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that whole Bieber situation. He shouldn't have gotten married and had a kid if he's still obsessed with Selena, but he should also learn how to let it go.
But also, like, Hailey Bieber was like one of those crazy stalker fans, wasn't she?
She was?
I'm pretty sure. She was
I had no idea.
She was like one of those, like, she was one of those fans. Like, she wasn't even famous or anything. She was just a fan of him.
I knew that part. She wasn't that famous beforehand.
Yeah.
I thought she might have been a Nepo, but I couldn't remember what her last name was before Bieber.
Crazy fan, I'm pretty sure is what I heard. I think that's from what I understand. But I'm like, it like feeds my delusion. Like,
it's just one big, like, messed up story his whole life. Because, like, as a kid, you think that fame is, like, the end-all, be-all. Everyone's going to be happy with you forever.
He was just exploited.
He was exploited.
Yeah.
Awfully.
Constantly. It was so bad.
And he was this little blonde kid in Hollywood.
Yeah.
It's like, someone should have known that something was going to happen.
He was like one of those singers that I loved and secretly listened to when I was supposed to be listening to, like, Toby Mac and Britt Nicole and, like, all my Christian music. I was, like, secretly listening to him. And then I like discovered country music, and I was like, wait, this sounds more like Christian music. So I started listening to country music.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And then I started listening to One Direction, and I just straight up told my mom, I was like, I love Harry Styles. Like,
that whole group,
yeah.
I never really got into them. They were just around when I was growing up.
It hit me hard when Liam Payne died. I'm gonna be real honest.
It was upsetting.
Hard. It's sad.
And it's a mysterious death too.
Yeah.
Really mysterious. But growing up, I watched. Oh God, it was this Flash animation about One Direction.
Okay.
And I can't remember what it was called. Like the totally something misadventures of One Direction.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was like that 2D animation or something. It starts with them like at a coffee shop.
Tacos.
Yeah, that's what it was. I remember that. Wow, core memory unlocked.
The Adventurous Adventures of One Direction.
That's what it was.
There we go. Over 2 hours of animation, and it was.
I used to secretly watch that on YouTube under the covers when I was supposed to go to bed.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I got caught doing that. There was one night where I was just watching another disgraced famous person, PewDiePie.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about him.
I mean, he's living a happy life out in Japan now, but
oh, I wish I was in Japan.
he has a kid.
I don't have a kid.
I know that.
I don't want a kid.
I don't want a kid either right now.
No kids till 30.
Yeah, that's completely
Minimum.
understandable. I want to live my life and then have kids.
Yeah, let me figure out who I am as a person before I start raising another person.
I don't want to go down the same path that many, many disgraced parents have.
Well, like, growing up super religious, like, I was little and thought I'd be married by 20.
Dang.
Like, I literally thought I'd be married by 20, and now I'm sitting here 22 and single, and I'm like, I have no interest in getting married anytime soon.
It's not that easy either.
No.
When you're a kid, you don't really have the concepts that you do when you're older to understand that, hey, marriage is going to take a lot longer to get up to, and you need a lot more trust in each other than just googly eyes.
And it's like more than just being like, well, God told me you're meant to be my soulmate.
If I had that, like, if I had faith, like a religious faith growing up, I already had that belief, like, of soulmates. But if I had that religious faith growing up,
I think people have more than one, though.
Shattered even more.
Yeah, I think people have more than one soulmate and like different types of soulmates and stuff like that.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I could definitely see that because there's people that I've met in my past who I've been with that did seem like they could be good for me in a certain circumstance.
Yeah.
There's some people that I've been with that have just been awful.
Yeah.
Awful. But
yeah, me too.
This time around, it's not like I feel like I found my soulmate necessarily. I found someone who, like, pairs with me really well.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a soulmate, but someone who just,
you guys, like complement each other, too.
Yeah, it's kind of, like, not complimenting, but also contrasting at the same time. We don't have all the same, like...
No, but it fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice. Because as a kid, like, especially after going through, like, my first 2 breakups, I never thought I'd find something like this, you know? That's how you normally feel after a breakup. You're like, I'm never going to find something like that. I need it back right now.
Yeah.
It's an addiction in a sense.
Yeah. I feel like every relationship I've been in, it's been like either grow from it or learn from it, you know?
That's fair.
Type of thing, but like they're 2 separate things.
Yes, definitely. Because learning from it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to grow from it.
Yeah.
But to grow from it, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to learn from it either.
Yeah. Like the one guy I dated learned a lot of things that show up early that are like bad signs in a relationship. And then like the last guy I dated, like I think I grew from that relationship.
I think so,
like,
too.
Learned how to like actually truly embrace myself as a person and like see myself as a person and my own individual person.
Not just who you are in a relationship.
Yeah. Like who I am with other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've become much more independent.
Being with
ironically.
Lily. Yeah.
Like,
after that.
You never think that being in a relationship would help you learn to be independent, but
it does. In certain ways it does. Because when someone else isn't picking up their own weight, you know, you gotta pull that weight.
And even like if they are picking up their weight, like it still like helps you it like exemplifies it for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Makes you more seen. I feel like with Lily, I'm technically her first like real partner.
Yeah.
It got a little bit scary at times because it feels like you are navigating your own first relationship too. And in a sense, we both are navigating our own first adult relationship.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of the scares that you would in a first relationship, you know? But we've been through so much now, and it's like I couldn't even imagine just falling apart like I thought we would back then.
Yeah.
It's, you kind of grow from it in a sense.
Yeah.
So, like, tired. My skin's all tingly.
I slept for 2 hours last night.
2 hours?
I thought you had the best sleep of your life last night. Was that what you said? That's what you said in your text.
Did I say I was tired?
No, you said, I had the best sleep of my life.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's what it was.
Yeah, no. I did have a really, really good sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I woke up at, like, 3 a.m. because my body's programmed to do that now.
Yeah.
And then I woke
do that
up,
like every single morning. It's so bad. Could go to bed at 2:30. I will be awake at 3.
That's awful. Because I like that my body wakes me up like that. Doesn't always wake me up on time.
No.
But I also went to bed at like, I don't know. She started doing her nails, and I was just like, I am so tired. I think I'm just gonna pass out on the recliner.
Valid.
It's like 6 or 7. It's so comfy.
Truly like an old
yes,
Hawaiian shirt, man.
Yes, I need my sleep.
Yeah.
These are early hour mornings.
This is the man that drinks Corona with 2 limes in a Hawaiian shirt.
Always the 2 limes.
Always the 2 limes.
I can't say I've had a Corona.
Oh, really?
I hate beer.
Oh, I love beer. I'm
love
a big beer
spirits
girl.
more.
Okay.
Vodka.
I like anything with like a diverse flavor profile is what I'm learning.
That's fair.
So like I love coffee. Used to have like a weird balsamic vinear hyperfixation. Thank you to my dad for that one.
That's
honestly,
so funny. I mean, it's not bad.
No, there was this like olive oil and vinegar place called 13 Olives down the street from where we lived.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, and you could go in there and try samples of balsamic vinegar and olive oil and things like that, and like you would just try them.
That's not bad.
It's like the same as doing like
Take
a wine
little
tasting.
sip of it.
Yeah, you do like the aroma, the slurp it, location, whatever, describe.
It's really good.
But yeah, beer, coffee, wine, balsamic vinegar. Bourbon's good for that too.
I'm one of those types of people that can't really determine like certain tastes in things. Like,
I feel like I've gotten pretty good at it within the last year.
with coffee, I'm really bad at that. I'll just be like, oh yeah, it tastes like beans.
Tastes like dirt.
Tastes like dirt, maybe a little bit of earth.
I was laughing because the last girl I trained at our job, she doesn't drink coffee.
No.
Like everyone at our store knows that. She doesn't drink coffee. But she will try it.
Yeah.
And like part of the training is you try every coffee, like every single roast we have. So we're doing our coffee tastings and she'd take a sip and then she'd go, tastes like dirt. Let me try it again. I'm like, okay, girl.
gotta find the flavor profile
Yeah.
in this. Like with beers, I can't say I've had that many, mostly because I feel
like you'd like a sour.
maybe.
They're fruity.
I do really like sour things.
They're fruity and fun.
I like lemonade a lot.
Yeah, I did know that.
I make a lot of drinks with like one of the things I do at work now, which I love so
the
much.
lemonade with a splash of cream in it or whatever.
Yeah, lemonade with sweet cream in it is so good.
I used to do lemonade with coconut milk and peach juice.
Ooh.
And like
That does sound good.
maybe 1 or 2 pumps of vanilla.
That's not bad.
It was so good. It was my favorite thing forever.
I'm just trying to figure out like different ways to make certain things because I feel like working here has definitely gotten me mixing drinks a lot more even at home.
Yeah.
Like not just with alcohol. Like I'll mix like the lemonade in the fridge with like I don't know. I've mixed it up with like 7-Up in the past.
Cold brew lemonade.
Cold brew lemonade.
That's my least favorite thing.
Every single time. I hate that. The taste of it.
I'm gonna be honest. I try it like maybe once every 3 or 4 months, just to see if maybe I've changed my mind and I still can't get with it. But like, I think it was Japan. I think where that's like a really big thing. But
so weird.
They like the way they do it is when they brew their cold brew, they brew it with sugar or something, like some sort of sweetener.
Ooh.
So it balances out that tart from the lemonade.
That's
so you have the
interesting.
bitter and then there's that gap that's bridged between the two and then the lemonade.
Sweet cold brew does sound nice, or at least brewed sweet.
No, I like my bitter cold brew. I like my
hate
black
bitter
cold brew.
coffee. Why do I have to work at a coffee shop?
Why did we?
I have always hated coffee. I hate
Wait, seriously?
I hate the taste of it. The only caffeine I've had
You like
in like
this?
the past.
You like that salted caramel cold brew for a while.
That
was
was
a big
pretty
thing for
good.
you.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I think cold brew is where I draw the line at. Like I'll have espresso drinks every now and then, but cold brew is like
It's so smooth though.
it's right there. That's
It's so smooth.
that's my line of
Goes
coffee.
down so easy.
Iced coffee is always good.
Oh really? I hate iced
I
coffee.
love iced coffee so much.
It's too acidic.
As
for
long
me.
as you flavor it,
Oh.
I feel.
Sorry.
No, can't deal with flavored coffee.
No, I can't
but
do it anymore.
my entire life, like, well, one, my parents never let me drink coffee. They always drink coffee.
My
all
parents
the time,
drink coffee, and my dad would make me lattes growing up.
I would have it every now and again, but I was never really into it. Then I got into energy drinks.
My,
that was it.
My grandmother told my mom, I was like 18 months old, and like, you know, like at the age where you can like start drinking things on your own, like out of a sippy cup or whatever. And like my mom apparently, I guess she said something to my grandmother and was like, she's like, I'm worried, like all these kids, like they grow up and then they're like 3 years old and they're drinking coffee. I'm guessing she said something like that. And my grandmother looked at her and was like, give her a sip of black coffee and she'll never like it again.
Yep.
And I took a sip of it, and then I took her mug, and I ran away from her, and I drank the rest of it.
Dang!
Apparently, that was how the story went.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So...
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then discovered lattes, because my dad and I both, like, he had an obsession with this for a while. I currently have an obsession with it, but, like, Bialetti coffee makers.
Yeah.
So, like, the stovetop espresso.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so good. So he'd make lattes with those.
Okay.
So at like 3 years old, my favorite drink was like a Splenda latte.
the old man drink.
The old man drink, yeah.
That's so funny.
Then I discovered caramel, burnt out on caramel.
Nice.
Yeah. And then pumpkin spice, burnt out on that.
That's fair.
And
That's
now I look at it and I'm like, that sauce looks like Frank's Red Hot, and I cannot even think about it in any other way.
They always give it such a weird color just so it looks good in the drink.
Yeah.
I wouldn't drink orange.
Just let me drink brown coffee.
Let me drink neon orange. I'm not gonna drink Dole orange.
I'm gonna vomit.
What?
That sounds disgusting.
Neon orange?
Neon orange.
No, not like for the pumpkin spice latte, but like the orange sunrise Mountain Monster.
I haven't had that one.
It's so good. It tastes like orange juice.
I'm a Red Bull girl.
I love me some Monster every single time. It's
love
either
me Red Bull.
Monster or the specific company specified energy beverage. It's a plain label. It literally just has the name of the flavor on it. You crack it open, pour it in, that's it.
Honestly, bless.
PepsiCo.
PepsiCo.
They're branded by PepsiCo. I don't know where they're getting the ingredients for this from. I thought for the longest time it was... do you remember the Mountain Dew energy drinks they had for a bit? I don't think it was called Kickstart, but it was a different one they had.
I thought it was Kickstart.
There's Kickstarts, but there's a different line they had that was like natural and like had vitamins in it. It might have been the Kickstart. I wouldn't be surprised.
Kickstart. Was that Kickstart?
I think because there was the Kickstart where it had like the lines on it, but there's this one brand they had where it was a silver can.
I'm just thinking about Bang right now.
Oh, Bang's really good too.
They're so bad for you.
Yeah, no, they're awful for you. They're like 200 milligrams of caffeine.
I say that as I'm chugging Red Bull.
Okay, but Red Bull actually has the least amount of caffeine. Like this one is only 114. The one
I'm happy
I
with
have
it.
is 160, I believe.
I have a smaller can than you.
You do have a smaller can. I only have 150 in my can.
I got a little guy.
But with the Red Bulls, they charge so much extra, but it's probably because it's better for you.
It's so yummy. It's
But
so good.
the Monsters, they're just like, whatever. Throw a couple of chemicals in it. And
Yeah.
We'll see how it tastes then.
Yeah.
Can't remember. Mountain Dew energy drink.
No.
It's out.
No, it's dead.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
There we go. Yeah, no, it was literally just called Mountain Dew Energy. These guys.
Oh, I remember those.
I think that's what it is.
Along the lines of hyperfixations, my brother used to collect energy drink cans.
Oh.
Yeah, had bookshelves. So like when I moved out, he moved into my room. So like, I'm a big reader. So there's bookshelves everywhere, and he filled every single bookshelf with energy drink cans.
Oh my lord.
Color in order of color, brand, and then had a spreadsheet where he rated all of them.
Like the tastes and everything.
The taste, how they were, like, gave them like a rating out of 5 stars or something like that. He does the same thing with music when he listens to a full album, but
He'll put it in a spreadsheet?
It's not a spreadsheet now, it's a PowerPoint. So he can present it to people. He makes a new one every year.
That's so funny.
So
I feel
funny,
like,
so
I feel
impressive.
like I would do that.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Honestly, like, if you and my brother were to, like, sit down, you guys would get along so well. I think that's why I like you so much. So you remind me of my little brother.
Because it's like, I don't know, I feel like teenage boys really like abstract ideas, and
Yeah.
I am almost purely abstract ideas
Yeah.
all the time. I don't know.
What do I feel like I have hyperfixations, but it was political psychology for a little while, but that's not really like an abstract idea. That's more like a study.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
I've always been really big into like technology and like modding certain technologies to give it certain different purposes. Like
I'm
there's
not good at that.
there's a whole lot of portable like home consoles.
Okay.
Like someone made a portable Wii.
Nice.
Someone's made like a portable GameCube. I've always been big into those.
Mm-hmm.
Another hyperfixation I have is whenever Halloween comes around, you know how there's always like big attractions and events where they have like horror mazes.
I will always love the Paranormal Circus.
Paranormal Circus is amazing.
So good.
I have gone like we went like 2 years in a row, I think.
Yeah, I went last year.
I think we wanted to go last year,
Mm-hmm.
but we went the year before that and the year before that, and both times were amazing. Because they'll have like the little horror maze in the beginning, and then you'll get through, and then the Paranormal Circus is insane.
I went with like one of the girls I used to be like really good friends with, and when we were going through the maze, like she turned around, she looked at me, she's like, I haven't, like, she's like, no one's touched me yet. She's like, none of them have touched me. And then we walked past this woman in a cage, and I just hear this woman go, oh, pretty hair, and like reached for her head because she had like the gorgeous natural super blonde hair. I just hear this lady go like, pretty hair, and like her hand just started reaching out of the cage. I literally looked at her, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like,
Yeah, no,
so
Lily
bad.
had the complete separate reaction where she's talked about this nonstop since it happened. She loves like horror romance novels.
Valid.
And we passed by, like, it was a plague doctor, and it like touched her hair, and afterwards she immediately turns to me and goes, oh my god, he touched me, and she'll talk about this non-stop. Like the last year we went, she was like, aw, no plague doctor touched me.
I like to find the ones that have like the really like bad skin and just look at them and be like, what's your skincare routine? And then they just stand
that's
there and
perfect.
they're just like gawking at me like, what did you just do? Like,
Toxic oils.
like human blood. Like,
That's a good way to do it.
yeah.
I always wanted to get into scare acting. Like
I have a
growing
coworker
up.
that does that.
We do.
Yeah, but I feel like I could never like actually go to Field of Screams because I don't like being touched. Like not even by my friends.
There was one year where I went to Field of Screams, and we went on the hayride, and it was all fine. And then we went on to the attraction that I claim was my favorite attraction because I had a lot of fun the last time I went. I walked in there, got so scared just by entering the entrance room that we walked out immediately.
Damn.
And then we just kind of walked around the place for a little bit.
Damn.
I want to go back just to experience the place, but I was so scared.
It's not that I get scared, I don't like being touched.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
being touched.
I don't like when weird dangly things are hanging from the ceiling and they kind of like droop onto your face or your
I kind
shoulders.
of love that actually. I just don't like human hands touching me.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I like the special effects they pull, and like usually the makeup's really really good, and they usually have pretty good theming. Like one event I want to go to, which is completely out of the ways from here, but Halloween Horror Nights
Okay.
at one of the Universal parks
Yeah.
would be amazing to go to because they're always on key with theming. Usually they have pretty good scare
Love
zones.
Universal.
I've always been watching, like since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with the lore about Halloween Horror Nights. I've been obsessed with like what mazes were there.
Yeah.
Watching like videos about Halloween Horror Nights actually got me into some of the horror movies I'm into now.
Yeah.
Like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Haven't seen that.
It's so good.
I'll put it on the list.
It's like from The List. Oh,
There's
God.
no list.
There's no list. It's like from 1982. The special effects are like top tier for the time because it's just these rubbery looking alien clowns. They're huge.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's so funny. And it's so morbid.
I have watched a couple movies though. I have seen a couple.
Like a handful of movies in your
A
entire
literal
lifetime.
handful. Yeah. All 5 of them are Barbie movies.
I can count them on my hand. Barbie and the 5 Princesses.
No, okay.
Barbie and the
Let's
7
see.
Princesses. And Barbie and the
okay.
Magic Wand.
In the last year, let's see here. I watched The Woman in the Window.
Okay.
I watched I Think We Should End Things.
You watched Long Legs, I know that.
I did watch Long Legs. I love Long Legs.
Did you end up watching
The Substance?
Yes.
Not yet. I still haven't.
Damn.
I'm waiting for my brother to get home. We're gonna watch it together.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I feel like he might enjoy that.
He might. I don't know. He
It's
might
really
get a little freaked
gory.
out. Yeah, that's what I'm a little nervous about. But I love Longlegs. I love Midsummer. I've watched that quite a few times in the last year.
You said I remember originally when you told me you watched Longlegs, you hated it because you spoiled the ending for yourself.
Yeah, I like figured it out in like a good, like quick. Like, it just, I don't know.
But then you enjoyed the showmanship of it.
I watched it a second time and I was like, I actually do really enjoy this.
Because Nicolas Cage as a horror villain.
Also, the fact that they advertised that movie so well without putting him in a single trailer.
They didn't. They really didn't. Because no one knew what he was going to look like in the movie.
No.
There was a couple of images, I think, but no. It wasn't, revealed until, weeks later.
And the images, it was, that shot of him where it's, from his mouth to his, chest.
Yeah, so
That's,
you couldn't even tell.
Yeah, and you're just you can't even tell that's Nicolas Cage.
And it's terrifying, too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna come the next day, and the next.
It's so chilling, but it was so good. I love Midsummer. Because I like making people watch that with me, and then I go, so who was in the wrong? Let's talk about this. Who was in the wrong?
Everyone's in the wrong.
Everyone is in the wrong.
It's an awful, situation,
yeah.
And it's a cult.
It's a cult, yeah.
Which is funny, because I'm sure you could have realized that from the get.
Yeah, I feel very passionately about cults. Pretty sure I've been in one. No, I know for a fact I've been in one that was a cult.
We should just get you a t-shirt that just says, I was in a cult.
Yeah. I love those anonymous postings where somebody's it's what's the red flag you found out on a first date, and they're like, she escaped not one but two of religious cults, and I'm like, it's me, I was the date.
Oh,
I'm just kidding, there's only one.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think you
you
escaped how would you manage to find yourself in a second religious cult after you already left the first one?
Because they're all so different.
That's true. They always have their different tactics.
I thought I was going to be, so I knew that we were going to be based up in northern Pennsylvania, but I thought that I was under the impression we would be traveling a lot more than we were. And that was the selling point for me. I thought I was going to see, a good chunk of, America and, some of the world. We were supposed to go to Israel. We were supposed to go to,
So they just lied to you guys?
No. But, because they did tell the truth. It just, open truths, it's not the full truth. So it's we're going to be traveling, and then the one trip is going 20 minutes away to some other camp down the street.
Oh my gosh.
Working on a horse farm. I hate horses.
Awful.
I hate horses.
Is that why you hate horses?
I hated them before I got there. I don't like them. They scare me. I don't like it.
They're just big dogs.
They smell bad.
All animals are just a different sized dog or cat.
What about a fish?
That is a very, very small dog.
You think a fish is a dog?
They can act like a dog. They beg for food.
So do cats.
Yeah, but
you
cats
hear them
have
when an
different
automatic.
characteristics.
Have you seen? This is true. Have you seen a cat when an automatic feeder goes off?
Yes.
My old roommate had a cat, and that cat, when the automatic, it didn't ding or anything, but it was one of those automatic ones that would rotate. She would hear the rotation, she could be sound asleep on my lap, and she would leap, launch. I'm like, yo,
oh Lord,
where did that come from?
Our cat Penelope,
Penelope, that's such a good name.
She's so amazing. We call her Peenie. We call her Peenie Loaf.
Peenie Loaf.
Yes, she's a big old loaf of bread right
Yeah.
now. We're gonna try and feed her a little less.
Yeah.
Because she is very chonky now, but
I love a fat cat.
She never
I
used
hate
to...
cats, but I love a fat cat.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
She
good
wasn't
long hair.
until we moved out here. She never used to leap around or zoom around after taking a shit.
Let me rephrase. I don't hate cats. I'm just allergic.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about
Yeah.
that. That makes a lot more sense. Your body hates cats.
My body hates cats.
It hates
my
tomatoes.
personality loves cats.
It hates
Yeah.
tomatoes.
My personality loves tomatoes. My body hates tomatoes.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Can't tell you how many times I think I've offered you tomato items before.
And I just I literally stand there and I
You
stare at you.
stare at me.
How long have we been friends?
How long have you known this?
It's my favorite fun fact. People will be like, 2 truths and a lie, and I'll be like, I was in a religious cult, I've never watched SpongeBob, and I'm allergic to tomatoes.
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people would get that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the religious cult is the truth, because that's so out of
But
pocket.
the SpongeBob thing.
The SpongeBob thing, they're like, I hope you're lying about that.
Yeah, most people do. They're always wrong.
I will never watch SpongeBob. Every person I've dated or gone on a date with that has been oh, you have to watch SpongeBob. We're gonna watch SpongeBob together. I'm like, you put a ring on it, we can watch SpongeBob together.
But they ended up being terrible people.
Yeah, no ring, no Bob. That's
No ring, no Bob.
That should be the title of this episode.
No ring, no Bob.
No ring, no Bob.
You gotta get all the way up to the 100-minute point. It'll be shorter by then, but you gotta get all the way up to this point just to understand the meaning of the title.
No ring, no Bob.
That's the key word for today's episode.
Bob.
The password.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I think I'm hilarious.
We're just two funny guys. Two funny guys with a dream and a podcast.
Is that how we're gonna close this out? We're just two funny guys.
We're just two funny guys. That's all. Thank you.